time.
Ooh,
Basically,
was that-
brings him down.
It's a penalty!
This is a lifeline for Inter London. Kismet steps up. Looking to save Inter London. Oh! It's a Kismet for you!
Another save for Nunazuki!
Can confirm that is true.
I did. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome over to the Season 10 SSL Prospect Draft. This is Project Saint, and with me, we have Omni.
Yeah, and I'm pleasure to be here. I'm so excited and happy to be back.
Hey, great to have you on board. And behind the scenes as well, we have the good old Commissioner Canadis and the professional penalty misser, good old Jess.
That's me.
No.
Hey, thank you very much for coming over to the draft, and well, we have some great players coming over for this draft. High quality one, I'm hearing, and this will be very good to see where they'll land. For everyone coming in who's entering for the SSL, just remember you're all starting forward, and I also hope that you enjoyed your time at the Academy League. It's been very fun to start this out, and this will be a great test bed to see where you'll stack up and how things will go. But first things first, pretty much we're going in with the draft right now, and well, we'll see how it goes with our first pick. This will be Hollywood on the board. Hollywood, the champions as well.
Yeah, I'm super excited, and especially as both of us are coaches of the Orange team, I'm hoping to see our players, specifically where they get drafted. Hopefully to some great teams that suit them, and yeah, I'm excited to see what happens.
Very much so. Yeah. Omni, you are indeed the GOAT. Beastmaster has confirmed that. Oh then, shall we get into the first pick though?
Yes, we are waiting for a bit of the technical issues to be resolved again.
The best
We have-
issue.
Yes, the best issues. There's a slight delay, not in the manager picks this time around, but in the speed of which the systems are talking to one another.
Put together systems.
Well. So it comes and happens. It's what we have to. It's what we have to manage, but still.
Well,
Omni.
interestingly, the league title winners, Hollywood FC, they have the first pick of the draft, which I believe they got from Capstad maybe 2 seasons ago or a season ago, in a trade, and so yeah, it'll be a huge pick for them. And then second pick we have Accra, which is now oh my gosh, I'm probably gonna butcher this, but Schwartz Vars Valder FV.
We should
and
just
so-
make Canada say it every time it's up there.
What's
Yeah,
It's
I
the
know.
only one
That's-
who's good at it.
Schwarzwälder.
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 Fußballverein. Fußballverein.
Fußballverein. Oh gosh.
So it'll be interesting to see where, now that they've relocated and they have a new manager and I guess they're planning on, taking the team in a new direction, and with the second pick, that will do them a lot of good, being able to select what to me seems like a pretty strong class, and could potentially help build their future.
Yep.
A
And
couple new managers in this draft.
Yeah,
I
in
just want to
general.
clarify that the managers in now Schwarzwälder they were appointed in season 7, I think. So they've been
Oh, were they?
holding the reins for quite some time.
wait,
My apologies. my
Everything
apologies.
blurs
Average.
together.
Yes, and now the technical difficulties have been solved, so we have our first pick.
let's go. I first of all coming into Hollywood, the champions. It's Kurt Lightning BJK man. Left attacking mid, 14 passing, 13 tackling, and 13 teamwork.
Yeah, and I mean, Hollywood FC have historically had like really good attacking players. So it'll be good to see how Kurt Lightning fits, because a lot of those players have either gone or are regressing or close to regressing. So it looks like Hollywood FC are trying to plan for the future. We see that they have like good passing, tackling, teamwork. And on their chart, it looks like they've made their person very physical. And I personally think that that's pretty important for a first-year player, to kind of build the physical skills to even be able to kind of compete professionally, and then maybe work on the mental and the technical skills more down the line. And it looks like they're going to be more of a playmaker with the passing and the teamwork, and with the player trait looks for pass rather than attempting the score. So I think this will be maybe more of your traditional winger that's going to try to run down and down the wing and create chances rather than maybe cut in and score.
Very much a throwback to old school when you think about it as well. Going for a more assisting role, traditional winger. But having the technicals to work with the passing and the teamwork, that will be pretty key there. Someone who can support a great top talent like Tiki Taka. Tiki Taka, who is actually season 1. So there will be some. This is actually where I have to think about thinking for the future. Seriously, during the regression that is coming in. Actually, now I think about it.
Boo,
Yeah,
regression.
and I believe Liang Kai is also season 1. Could be wrong, they might be season 2. And Liang Kai is, I mean, probably the best playmaker in league history, if not close to it. So that'll be big shoes to fill in for Kurt Lightning.
Yep,
Um,
Lanquai is season 1 as well.
yeah, so definitely a pick for the future.
Very much. So yeah, good. This could be the successor to Lanquai coming up right there. So good. Well, pretty much huge pickup when you think about it.
No
But yeah,
pressure.
but yeah, congrats to BJK man coming up to Hollywood and to the champions as well. I have to envy you there. Hollywood getting away with downright robbery,
Yeah.
right? So then now to the former team of Africa, moving over to the Black Forest. Not sure if they're going to be in Stuttgart or Freiburg. I have to be corrected there, but let me get this right. Schwarzwalder.
Close enough.
That-
Close enough.
We'll
That's as
work
good
with
as
it.
I would be able to say it, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's better than my attempt.
We'll get to there. But yeah, Schwarzwalder. I'm not even going to try the last part, but Schwarzwalder coming up with Domboski, Maximiliano, Dominic Toblerone, 27, center mid with a unconventional build: 16 jumping reach, 13 acceleration, and 13 pace.
Yeah, this is a bit of an interesting build. but to be honest, it could come in handy. I know personally my player, I get quite a lot of headers, and I win a lot of aerial duels, and I think I only have 14 jumping reach. So I can imagine that this player might end up being very useful for a team that wants to maybe try like a long ball game. And if you also look, they can play striker and defender. So I think a part of that too is maybe if they're playing in one of their secondary positions, they'll be able to kind of have a presence in the box.
It's just taking versatility to the extremes, like being able to fill in 3 very different
Very,
positions as
very
well.
different.
So that
Even
will...
I know that those are different, and that's saying a lot.
Well, to be fair though, it has gone them pretty interesting. Well, they're having played in 5 appearances for SSL Green in the Academy League. Although no goals and no assists, they will want to improve on that. Having 88% passing is definitely a boom there. So, in a way, I'm gonna be very interested to see how they're gonna be built, especially for the new club in Black Forest and the squad they will inherit.
Well, I definitely think they will give their manager a lot of versatility, to say the least, because you know that's 3 very different positions. When marks opponent tightly and shoots with power, those traits will help, depending if they're center back or a striker or even a midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, the aerial reach, the focus on the physicals and the speed, all those 3 I think are really good basic building block. And if they keep training and they keep working on their mental skills and their technical skills, I think long term, this could be a game changer.
Right.
This player
I like
could
that.
change the way that players, approach the game.
Very much so. Fun fact for Maximiliano. Obviously, his first name is Dominic, well, Dombrovsky, or Dom for short. He's actually from Dom, East Timor as well. Dom from Dom, hosted by Dom. What a Dom.
Very consistent.
Very, very much so. Alright, though. Our next player coming in to Cairo City. Oh, this is Momo Adamu, HHH81, left wing back. And an all-round wing back at that. 13 marking, 13 tackling, 13 position. And, okay. First off, Trips, I know you're there in the background. Welcome to the league. I will envy not having you in my around with me, but at the same time, it's great to have you around.
This is actually somebody who is a new manager. Cairo is.
Oh yeah, that's true as well. One of the new managers.
Alaska just took over there.
Yeah, and
Heck of a
interesting.
first pick, I will say.
I'm kind of curious. They're a left wing back, and they pick the trait does not dive into tackles and plays no through balls. So a bit interesting. To be honest, I actually kind of prefer defenders not sliding in a lot. I think personally, I think it takes a talented defender to be in the right position and to make clean tackles. And when you go down, it usually puts you out of position because you gotta get back up. But I'm kind of curious why they picked the plays no through balls, because a lot of the wingbacks in this league have consistently been some of the most creative players. If you look at like the chances created, assists, a lot of the times it's wingbacks. So interesting approach, and I wonder if maybe they'll be more of a fullback that just kind of defends, and maybe on the other side they'll use a more attacking wing back. Who knows?
Very much so. Yeah, as you said, wingbacks are probably the most creative attacking threats in the league. Nessie, Yoko, Jeeves, Gerard, all of them attacking, and all of them all of them in top five of top five in key chances or key passes, and yeah, Nessie, Jeeves in top five in chances created. The only one, well, breaking up the wing back domination in key passes is Emiliano Yoichi Isagi. But it just shows how good a creative minded winger is. But I also have to think that a defensive wing back would just solidify any defense that just outright shut down a certain side and makes it easier to play out if you're thinking a slower pace, more possession type of football. So Adamu Adamu would fit that very well. Will he have and I better not get this wrong because I know the person in particular has the idea for this. But will he have the fufu ready for this? Will he have will he have will he have everything that he'll need to represent his pride and his culture?
I guess time will show.
Very much so. Yep. Right then. Fourth pick coming in from Capstad now. And yeah, any thoughts on what they'll need?
Um, yeah, I mean they could probably use a striker. Um, I think they drafted a striker last draft, and it didn't quite turn out the way they expected. So maybe they're looking for a new attacking player. But I guess time will show.
Yeah.
Um,
If I remember
but
right, one of the players, which was Nagatoro Maldonado, they went over to Hollywood, who was one of their attacking threats. So although
yeah,
collectively,
probably I would say that was probably their best attacking threat. But I believe I could be wrong, but I actually believe that that Maradona went to Laos first, and then went from Laos to Hollywood. Um, Although I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it went.
I
So
believe there
yeah,
was a time in Montreal
There
as
was a
well.
stop in Montreal, yeah.
oh
Montreal.
wow,
So Maradona went on a real took the private jet everywhere in the world.
Excursion.
Talk about a journey. Jeez.
hey, sometimes that can make you a better player, you know, having to adapt to different football cultures and systems and learning from different coaches.
Different players, different ideals. Yeah, the path of a journeyman could be beautiful. But yeah, Capstad pick coming in right now, and who's hungry for some halftime orange slices? FDR, right midfielder, 15 crossing, 15 vision, and 14 passing. And another odd one to see as well, a traditional right midfielder.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely very biased. I'm not personally into traditional midfielders, but I do think it's interesting and it can really change a team's tactics. I believe some people have been trying defensive wingers at the right and left midfield position.
Yeah, I think I've
Um,
seen that around.
but yeah, they have quite a lot of TP saved up, so they could definitely, you know, put into whatever they think their team needs, whatever the coach needs. They also can play a center mid position too, so they can play all across the midfield, kind of like a James Milner maybe type.
Yeah.
And yeah, they have good technical skills. You know, they have good first touch, passing technique. They can cross, so definitely signs of a traditional midfielder. They have 15 vision, so I think their goal will probably be to kind of be the creative outlet for Kapstad.
Very much so. And something to know as well, I think that 15 crossing will be pretty useful. Pretty useful all round since I find that with midfielders you will find yourselves even centrally lurking around to the edges. So having that crossing, having that technical on there would be pretty huge. So yeah, having that vision, the 15, crossing at 15, the passing at 14, setting themselves up to be quite a great playmaker or quite great register per se. Not Pirlo, because Pirlo's deeper back, but still.
Yeah, I don't know if halftime Orange Slices is listening right now, but my suggestion would be they have 112 TP, and all of their physicals are at 5. If you're
No,
gonna be a winger, you're gonna wanna quicken that that pace and acceleration. You're gonna need agility, balance, strength. If you want to be able to pass defenders and actually be able to get the crosses in.
I can
Um,
wholeheartedly agree that just get those physicals up high, like pace, acceleration, agility, strength. All those would be pretty necessary for a centre mid for any
mhm,
midfielder.
for
So
sure.
don't be afraid to buff those at first glance. Well, and back over to the stars. Damn you, Hollywood! Oh gosh, how did they get the first and the fifth? Well, yeah, no. Hollywood coming in with their next pick, Omar Hasma, Toivo, and the left attacking mid. 13 finishing, 13 technique, 12 shots, attempts overhead and place 1-2. So I'm very sure they'll be on the more attacking end, more of a Robin or just in for goals.
Yeah, it's interesting player. They definitely look like they're looking to shoot, trying to be more of a goal scorer despite playing on the wing. Players 1-2s will be pretty interesting. Hollywood play a pretty attacking style, so you know that'll help him lay off a pass, run in the space and give him a chance at goal. I don't know if we'll see too many overhead kicks, but that would definitely be pretty special. I think we have yet to have a overhead kick goal in the league, but
We
it
need the
could be the
first.
first one to do it.
We need the first. We need the first then. No, but and also I just yeah no he is Omar Hasma is also right footed, so there will definitely be some cut-ins from them. So I Omar, I expect to. I do want an overhead kick from you, but at the same time, having an all-round build, having the physicals, having good technicals as well, pretty good for a winger. And over to Hollywood as well. Definitely another one to build for the next generation. To and actually, now I think about it, now take a thought about it. Nagat Nagato and Maldonado will probably be leading these new groups once Tiki Taka and Lan Kuai has to have to retire. So
Yeah, I mean it'll be interesting to see how Hollywood develops with their new players moving forward.
yeah, very much so.
We have a trade to announce for the sixth pick. So the draft board, as it stands right now, has all of the draft trades that were made already input, but the original owners of the sixth overall pick was AS Paris. And now in the draft, Montreal traded with Paris to get the sixth overall pick and sent over Malachi Black, I believe an S1 or S2 defender, and a second round pick from originally Hollywood, the 32nd overall pick in this draft.
If I remember,
So Montreal is owning the sixth overall pick.
if I remember right, I believe Malachi Black is a midfielder actually.
I think
they've
Malachi Black plays
yeah.
both actually.
I think they've been playing center mid, central defender for the last couple of seasons, but maybe originally created as a center mid.
Yeah, they originally were, but I think they have 15 in center back. But that's a huge trade for Paris, in my opinion. I mean Montreal too. Montreal is rebuilding, so they need the pick to get a player to build off of. Whereas Malachi Black, I believe, is an S2 player. And so
S1.
for Montreal, are they really an S1?
Yep, S1.
Oh wow. My bad then, my bad. I thought it was an S2. But I really believe that that will benefit Perry a lot. And they really need a solid player if they want to push for promotion. And I think that's exactly what they're aiming to do. So it'll be really fun to watch and see Malachi Black play in Perry. And hopefully it would be cool to see him come back into the first division.
Still really surprised that AS Paris in Div 2. Like, them in Div 2 just feels weird. But either way, coming over to our next
The
pick.
last game of the season too. It was very exciting. I got to sim that one.
Jeez. But yep, coming in for Montreal. Bowser Panda, Goomba Man, 12 acceleration, 12 agility, 12 pace, right attacking mid, all rounder to a T.
Yeah, I mean, Balder Panda looks solid. They're really fast. They have really good physicals. And I've said it a lot already, but I do think as a rookie that that really helps a lot at the beginning. And then you kind of build off of that. And as a right attacking mid, you know, with place shots, curls ball, it looks like they'll be not just there to pass, but also to try to score.
This should be pretty damn good there. Actually, just let me take a Balder Panda from Burlington. I think we'll see something very interesting. Not too far into the draft. I'll say this for free. I'll place them £10 on it as well. But yeah, no, Balder Panda coming over to Montreal for the rebuild, going over there, and as a way attacking mid, having everything placed down there already, that'll be pretty good for the Fleur de Lis.
It's really confusing to me to have two pandas and one of them is not Junie. I'm just gonna say that.
Sorry, Jess, you're a bit quiet.
Shall we just get to the next pick?
Oh, am I muted? Oops.
Oh, yeah, I hear you now.
Yeah.
My mute half works, so that's fun. I was just saying it's weird to see someone named Panda who's not Junie.
Canada, shall we get to the next pick there?
Yes, why not see a panda who is Junie?
Soren Panda, Juniper striker, 15 acceleration, 15 pace, 15 dribbling. We have the Panda brothers coming in at 6 and 7.
Yeah, unfortunately, they weren't drafted to the same team because if they went just one more later, Alth and I had back-to-back picks. But
yeah, sadly.
Soren Bandit looks really good. 15 acceleration, 15 pace, 15 dribbling. Likes around keeper, places shots, and they're a striker. They look really solid, and I actually really like this build. I'm excited to see how they play out. And Athenai, who I believe traded Owen 44 to Sao Paulo,
Yep.
and yeah, I mean they'll need to, I guess, find a replacement for arguably um the best striker in SSL history.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and so yeah, I this will definitely be more of a pick for the future, as I think Athenai are probably looking more to rebuild. But this looks like a really great player to pick up for a rookie, and it'll be interesting to see how they develop in the future.
Well, very interesting to know that FNI are considering rebuild since they are still in Division One. Have FNI been relegated from D1 before?
No,
I
they
think
have
so.
not.
No.
Yeah, one of the few teams to never be relegated from D1, and yeah, this is an interesting time for them coming right up. So
Yeah, I think Athenai, Hollywood, and Tokyo are the only S1 teams to never be relegated.
yes, that is true. Inter London's the only other S1 team left in D1, and they have been relegated before.
So has Cairo.
Cairo just now as well, and before. But yeah, oh, this will be interesting times for these teams since, and after like taking the first foot forward for the rebuild will be pretty good as they come in with their next pick right now. Jake Bradford, JJ2416, another striker. This one's more pacey. 16
Yeah,
acceleration. Yeah,
and I'm big on Jake Bradford. I'm really biased. He played for Team Orange, but I think with the 16 acceleration, 16 pace, 15 agility, this striker is going to be really hard to catch. And this is just the beginning for their career, so I can only see them getting better.
Team Orange, best Orange. Well, Team Orange, the best team, really. And
Best
even
plus academy.
the best academy. And yeah, even catching an assist as well. No, a goal. My mistake. A goal in the two appearances they came in for. So
Yeah, kind of a late joiner in this draft class, I think, but they look really solid, and they seem like a really they're really willing to learn, and excited to play, always excited to play, always wanting to score, but even if they don't, they always care about, how the team's doing. And that's really great to see in a young player. So I hope that they do really well in Athenai. But I also wouldn't mind if Athenai gave them another year in the academy.
I think I just realized that Beastmaster is Jake Bradford, is JJ. So congratulations over to Afnai and hey, welcome over to the league and having a great start as it is already. If I am wrong and Beastmaster is not Jake Bradford, I do apologize.
Beastmaster seems excited. So
He is very much so. And I always love to see the excitement or hear the excitement or even know about the excitement.
I enjoy hearing about excitement third hand.
Yes. Oh yeah, very much so. Coming back to Cairo again. So honestly, this draft has been dominated with those that have traded in future. So so pretty much Hollywood already had two. Montreal will have a second coming up soon. Cairo on their second pick, and FNI already having two. The only one they only had one in the first round that we've gone through so far is Capstat. Just a lot a lot of repeats were seen. Never mind.
Yes, and we have a trade, or rather, this is why Cairo has the 9th overall pick. That was
Yep.
originally Inter London. So, in a draft trade, Inter London sent their number 9 pick to Cairo instead of the number 14 pick, originally owned by Buenos Aires, and a season 11 second from Cairo as well. So, Cairo trading up.
Yep, very much so. And well, I'd say for relatively decent cost as well. If this draft will help you a lot for now, this should be where you get your hit. The second isn't too much, but you never know these days.
Yeah, Cairo is definitely looking to rebuild. And it'll be exciting to see how they develop with their new players, their new team. I know I was loaning out probably their best player now, uh, Wesley Staines, and Wesley Staines is a amazing player, and it's good that they're trying to help build around with new players and uh, exciting emerging talent. So yeah, it's definitely good for Cairo to be trying to get a higher pick and maybe get a better player.
Yep. Speaking of that player, Cairo City coming up. Alexandra Laurent, here comes the boom. Centre back, 14 pace, 14 first touch, and 14 marking, and looking to be more of a playmaking centre back, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean this is honestly a huge pick. I'm really surprised they didn't go earlier because of how valuable defenders are. And on top of that, they're a left-footed defender, which I don't think a lot of people. I don't know if managers or people really pay attention or care, or if it even makes a difference, to be honest. But I love having a left-footed and a right-footed defensive pairing. I think it's the best. And so to get a left-footed center back is like probably I would assume one of the most rare players, to get in the game, in the league. So and they can play both sides of the fullback, left or right. So it's a really good signing. And Boom's a great user too. So
Yeah, very much so. Boom, yeah, Boom coming in and over, and I say Cairo really locking themselves in with quite key people. Anglais, por favor.
the only
But
thing I would suggest to Boom is to maybe boost up their jumping reach as a center back. They only
yeah,
have 5 jumping reach, so that could be a huge sign of concern.
yeah, but
But
that's
other
something
than
that.
that, sorry,
No, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say other than that, they look really solid.
Very much so. And I say that's only one thing to really have to build up upon. The fact that you made her a lefty just for the lows, and yet it's going to be pretty damn good. Like you already got Omni's a seal of approval there, Boom.
I wish more people made left-footed defenders for the lulls.
I'm just taking notes for when I have to recreate over here.
I mean,
Really,
I don't know factually. I would need to look it up, but I would assume there's more right-footed center backs than left-footed center backs.
I say so. But yeah, hold on. Next pick coming in for after night, and that's Jules Pelletier. Hold on, this feels familiar.
It really does.
Ashes striker, 12 acceleration, 12 pace, 12 finishing, and give me a bit. I need to do my research on Pelletier.
Well, Peltier is actually a Orange Academy player. They got good finishing and maybe not as pacey as some of the other strikers, but 12 pace and acceleration isn't nothing to snuff at. I really like their player traits, moves in the channels. I think um, the advanced forward, that's actually automatic built-in player instruction, but it's really good that they have it as a player trait if they ever play like a different role. They have tries killer balls often, which is kind of interesting to see. So I wonder if maybe they want to be a bit of a maybe like a deep line kind of forward where they kind of go into the channels, and make passes to players cutting in or something. But I guess we'll see how they develop. But it looks like Athenai um are definitely kind of stacking up on those attacking players.
Very much so. And yes, there's a reason this feels familiar. Great to have you back on board, Ashes. Yep, Ashes recreate former player being Sebastian Peltier.
Yeah, and I believe he used to play for Perry, if I'm
Yep.
not mistaken.
Career.
And pretty solid player from when they were playing there.
Yeah. Very much so. So pretty much Sebastian taking the break, and I believe their relative Jules coming in to take the reins. So I'll be interested to see how the family link grows strong here. But yeah. Hold on, Kyle was drafted 2 left-footed defenders. Oh gosh. Well,
We have another
another
trade that
Dun, dun,
sent Catalonia's 11th pick to Montreal alongside a second round pick from Laos, pick number 20, in exchange for AJ Williams.
AJ Williams.
Do you want to comment on that, Omni? Being
Yeah,
one party of the
so
trade?
basically and during the trade deadline, I traded left fist for JJ Okocha. And I mean, with myself and Yuko Yulson aging, I'm a S1 player, and Yuko Yulson is an S2 player. I knew that I would need someone to replace me long term. And AJ Williams is a great user. He actually he's my GM in the VHL. Well, it's like the minor league, the VHML, I think, or something like that. And yeah, he's always been really nice, great manager, always helped me a lot, even when maybe I didn't give my 100% because I was really busy with school, but they stayed patient with me, and yeah, now I'm trying to earn more for them, and it's really cool to bring them on board. And I know they also are pretty familiar with some of the users on my team, so really it was a no-brainer for me. And I didn't really want to pick someone in the draft because I already have quite a lot of players that are young, and I loaned them out already. Um, so I didn't really want to bloat up my squad with players that I won't be able to use. I'd rather them go to teams that can use them. And I know Montreal is rebuilding right now, so I hope that the player that they pick is one that really helps them, and it's a beneficial trade for the both of us.
Well, that player that will be up for Montreal to help them out will be Dango Beckham, JCL, right attacking mid, 14 pace, 14 dribbling, and 13 crossing.
Yeah, I mean, kind of a big name, I guess, to live up to, with the last name Beckham. But with the pace, the dribbling, the crossing, looks like they're gonna be a bit more of a traditional winger. I mean, to be fair, David Beckham wasn't like a traditional winger, but he did play on the wing and he was very good at crossing. I wouldn't say he was more of a dribbly type.
I always associated it with attacking mid, but yeah, I think I get where you're coming from.
He played on the wing, and then later on in his career, he played a bit in the middle. Like I know when he played for PSG, he played as a center midfield, and I actually thought he was really amazing as a center midfield late in his age. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. This player is definitely pretty technical for a first year, and they have like really decent physicals and speed. So if they just work on, maybe getting up their vision a bit um and maybe they could be a set piece specialist too if they really wanted to go all out on the Beckham kind of player route. But yeah, they look really promising, and I hope they do really well at Montreal United, and yeah, be interesting to see how they turn out.
Very much so. Oh, Beckham. Lot to live up to, I'd say. Alright then. Well, and well, before we were done with before we were done with App and I, they put us right back in with another duo of picks for them. So they'll be really be stocking up from this draft. And they're seeing this as a short term rebuild to really keep themselves in D1 to really go boom or bust. Actually, not even boom or bust, just to really launch themselves. And to be fair, we've seen what having players from one draft in particular will do, having start from them, because it can really set you up for a window where they can really peak. Although they could also falter if it falls down or so. Still though, after coming in with Mitchell Prince Rules attacking mid, Zento.
Well, Hollywood, or I mean, sorry, Ath and I have a theme here, which is, I guess, to copy the Hollywood blueprint and stack up on your attacking players. And I
No,
mean, this player looks really good. 15 passing, 15 pace, 12 crossing, tries long range passes, runs with ball rarely. So um, maybe this is going to be more of like a traditional 10, or maybe even a bit deeper. Because like that's interesting. Long balls, tries long balls. But anyway,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, I won't deny that. At trying long balls as a center attacking mid as a 10 is I honestly have to say that is on one of the more odd choices. Mainly because attacking mids you'll be so far up front you would want to think about. You'll have to get like short, quick passes or like through balls. Not necessarily long balls per se, but it is
It
interesting.
looks, sorry.
Oh, go on.
I was gonna say it looks like they're also a mid on the left and the right, so not attacking mid, but a regular midfielder. So I can kind of see where they're going from. Maybe when they play in that deeper midfield role, they could kind of be like maybe not like a wing back, but kind of like taking those like long passes from kind of like the middle of the pitch,
Hmm.
especially if it gets like if they switch the play over to them, then they'll have lots of space, can do like a devastating long pass through ball kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. It would be really cool to see how this player plays out, I guess.
Yeah. Honestly, that it will be. Gosh, though, that is actually very interesting to note down that they play from the left and right midfielders, traditional left right mid. So maybe that those positions are increasing in popularity a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see if managers are incorporating that more. Um, I know I'm very stubborn, so you probably won't see it from Catalonia, but I'm excited to play against teams that are going to incorporate it, and maybe they'll change my mind about wide midfielders.
Maybe so.
We have another trade. So Athenai got the second back-to-back pick in this draft from União Sao Paulo in exchange for the pending free agents Owen 44 and Yannick Anderson.
Oh, the pending free agents. Then
Yes, that is correct. Or rather, they were and agreed to a deal with Sao Paulo.
okay, so
Sign and trade.
it's sign and trade. Okay, then that makes more sense. Like, jeez, though, like
Yeah,
Sao
because
Paulo.
it's quite a lot for a first round. But
Yeah. Wow.
definitely see Paulo. They're gonna probably be a totally different team next season with these two players, to be honest. They have, not that they are a bad team, but this is definitely an upgrade on their goalie and their striker. And I think they're gonna go from, a mid-table kind of, barely surviving relegation sometimes to potentially top of the table to even contending for the title this season.
And yet somehow they'll still manage to get 2 draws against Tokyo. I swear, it's a prophecy between the two. But yeah, no, Yannick Anderson, like season 1, but a top goalie, top goalie. The amount of time they stonewall and 44 as well. Season 2 he still has a year. They're at the peak. But after that, they won't worry too much about it right now. They'll pick up Nicola Raonic. We'll go for it. Nicola Raonic, Randomino, right sided defender, right back. 13 acceleration, 13 agility, 13 pace.
Yeah, this is actually awesome. Awesome signing for them. I know DD Yorker has been a long time like cornerstone of Athenai. I was drafted in the same season as them, and they've been, in my opinion, the most consistently, performing player for Athenai. I always see them getting player of the matches. They get so many assists. And so, that's going to be a big shoes to fill. But this player already looks really good. 13 pace, acceleration, agility. Really smart decision, in my opinion, for a right defender. And it looks like they're really good at defending too. So as long as they maybe work a bit on the mentals, this could be a really different player from DD Yorker. And especially maybe if they get called up this season, a really good compliment to them since they seem to be more of a traditional fullback than maybe the attacking wingbacks that we have seen in the league.
I'll correct you right there. DD Yorker has moved from Appenite to Reykjavik.
Yeah, they did, which I think happened just at the end of like this off season. But for the entirety of their career up until now, they've been like a huge part of
Yeah,
Athenai.
yeah, part of Appenite's identity. She really is a changing of God there. And
Yes,
yep,
Athenai will look completely different next season.
and
We got
another-
our first pass of this draft. Inter London at 14 passes.
what?
So we are now at 15 with Seoul.
What?
Yeah, I
What?
mean, em- it it kind of makes a little bit of sense because I mean, some teams just probably realistically don't have the room. That's honestly why I traded away my pick. Um, I only have one roster spot to fill, and realistically, I didn't want to, get someone that wasn't gonna guarantee them a lot of playing time. And maybe London are just really happy with what they have.
I guess so. Just wow, that stuns me. I never thought I'd see a pass in the first round.
Yeah, I
Wow.
mean, I'm surprised London didn't at least try to trade their pick. But I don't know, maybe no one was biting, I guess. I don't know, or maybe they just couldn't find anything like an agreement with anyone for you know uh trading their pick, I guess. So they just decided to pass. I'm not really 100% sure, but they
Yeah,
do look like they're gonna be a solid team in Division Two and Challenge. So I guess time will tell whether this was a good decision or not. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
awful growth. Awful growth there. Well then, so we'll take advantage of this and pick up. This is an Icelandic or Nordic name, isn't it? Paul Vaffel. Vaffel Kief. Vaffel. Vaffel. I'm sorry.
Paul
Named.
Waffel.
Huh?
Paul
Wait.
Waffel.
Oh,
Waffelkäft.
Paul Vaffel. Vaffel Chef.
It's those sounds that the Nordic countries have that's very difficult for English speakers to say.
Yeah. Look, I already lost my mind a few seasons back with with Papa. Ah.
It's traumatized. He can't even say it.
And no, we're not talking about Leonidas. But yeah, no. Anyway, Paul Vaffel. Paul Vaffel. Okay, say his name again. Yeah.
You're
Anyway,
trying your best out here.
We should have
Yeah.
a field in the creative player thing where people have to spell out their name phonetically, just for the sake of the commentators.
Oh gosh.
I would have to actually understand the international phonetic alphabet. But
No, just spell it out like you think that it. Don't even bother with that. Just write it the way you think it would make sense.
Oh boy. Anyway, striker, 15 jumping reach, 15 finishing, 15 heading. Places shot and likes to beat the offside trap. Oh, interesting. But yeah.
I was just gonna say, really cool, interesting striker. A lot of the strikers we've seen are more pace driven, but it looks like this person is going more for a target man kind of build and our target forward. So yeah, it'd be exciting to see how they do, especially since 15 jumping reach is really solid. And that's more than a lot of players already. As we've seen, even some of the defenders don't even have 15 jumping reach that have gone in this draft. So I could see them if they keep working on it, maybe being kind of like a Skyrise type player.
Yeah, Skywise, Ricky Bobby, both of them come to mind when
Yeah, Ricky Bobby. Yeah, definitely another good shot there too, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, those two are definitely players maybe that they could try to build off of, try to look at them for inspiration.
I like that. I like that idea very much so. Very much. And coming in as well for Soul would be pretty nice. Right then. Coming up is with a 16th overall. And the last one in the league is Tokyo. And wait, hold on. Wouldn't that mean Tokyo? Don't make me cry. But yeah, no, Tokyo coming up with a 16th and last pick in the first round. So this will close things out as well.
To answer
But
your question, I do believe this was originally Hollywood's pick.
yeah,
Yes,
it has to.
it
has to be
was. We should have a pick tracker that links to the most recent trades, but the budget sheet has been updated to have the season 10 picks removed. So I'm not really sure where that trade came from, but there was a trade between either Hollywood and a third party, and then Tokyo or something like that. Yes, it was originally Hollywood's pick. But this was all done before the draft, so it's not trade board.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, nah, I can't dwell on it too much. But yeah, no, Tokyo will select Woody Guthrie, Emo LeBron, center mid, 13 passing, 12 touch, and 12 decision. Who dictating tempo and stays at the back over time.
Yeah, this is a cool player build. I'm pretty biased because I think this is kind of similar to how my player is. You know, it's really good to have a midfielder that can kind of just dictate the tempo and, make good passes and help your team actually get the ball from, one end of the field to the other. Because a lot of times, if you don't have that type of player in your team that can help distribute the ball out, you can turn it over and, give it up and be, kind of, open to counterattacks.
Honestly, Woody immediately makes me think of you, Omni. Well, at least definitely with the stay at the back over time and dictate tempo. This is a true passer.
Yeah, I mean, I think instead of stays back at all times, I think I use like drops deep to collect the ball or something like that. But honestly, pretty much we're looking to do the same thing. And I generally play my player as a halfback, so I stay back anyways. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see, especially since Tokyo have Goat, who's also a really solid kind of defensive midfielder or more of like a deep line center midfield,
Yeah,
deep line
Goat,
playmaker.
Goat and Rashford as well.
Well, Rashford was
Yeah,
alone, so he's not gonna.
yeah.
Rashford.
Because yeah,
Yeah, he's going back.
Yeah,
I don't think you guys can afford him anyways.
we
he's
couldn't.
and with him now being manager in Reykjavik, I assume there's gonna be some.
There's gonna be huge changes.
Yeah.
Gosh, damn it. I don't know how you'd feel about leaving and then leaving Hollywood and then suddenly have to watch back on yeah. And this season traumatized me a little bit.
We have another
It looks like
trade to announce for pick 17. So the second round pick from originally Kopstad was
Yeah,
sent
got-
from Inter London to Montreal for Dexter Manoni. Italian. That's where I'm gone.
Yeah, I'm picking Manone. But
Manone,
yeah. Yeah, Manone actually one of the top strikers in Division 2 as well.
yeah, and honestly, this is a bit surprising because as we saw earlier, Inter London passed with their 14th pick, so I'm kind of surprised Montreal didn't try the trade for the 14th pick and instead went for the 17th pick. But maybe they got who they want anyways, regardless of the two picks in between. So
Yeah.
just I don't know, just as a bias standard, a little interesting.
Yeah, very much so. And yeah, that'll be interesting. Whilst I agree, it's interesting the way they didn't go for 14. It might just be that they felt comfortable with 17 or that the ask would just be a little bit too high. Manone is going is pretty notable already. I will say as well, yes, Rashford, I know you're sweating. No way, I'll give you a hug afterwards as well. But yeah, no, with the 17th pick, Montreal selects Christian Mohawk. Well, yes, no, Mohawk center mid, 15 passing, 14 dribbling, and 13 vision. And this is what actually a midfielder that prefers to be more of a dribbler from center.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting to see. They have runs with ball often and dictates tempo. So I kind of see this being like maybe kind of like maybe a Mazzala or attacking, center mid, where they start maybe in the center mid, but then they kind of play a bit higher up the pitch when they have the ball. They could, help bring the ball out, pass it to some of the more creative players up front. And they have the passing and the vision and the dribbling, so it really looks like that's kind of what they're going for here.
Yeah. Can yeah. 15 defensive mid and 15 in the left attacking mid. So having some dribbling will definitely help on the wing on left side. Just it's rather interesting to see this build in particular for Mohawk. So yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm gonna see I'm gonna be wondering just how they'll do.
yeah. Personally, I think maybe they need a bit more speed. Um,
Definitely speed and agility as well as a dribbler. That
mhm.
five agility, five dribbling, well, five agility as a dribbler won't cut it. So that would so agility and acceleration will need to be improved. But
Yeah.
hey, that is stuff you can work on when young.
Yeah, and I also think they'll want to work on their mental stats, like decision making off ball. But it'll be interesting to see how they develop. And they do have a pretty interesting build.
Hmm.
But I could see it working out, especially if the team, needs kind of like a creative outlet a little bit deeper in on the pitch, because a lot of times the creative players are up front, but you want some creativity in your wing backs and your midfielders as well.
Very much so. You would do you would love it if you can have your deep line midfielder just unlock the game with one beautiful ball. So yeah, having that ability from further back out would be awesome.
You are being spared of trying to pronounce the Black Forest name because they pass on this
Schwarz-
second round pick.
Schwarzwalder is out for now.
So
It
we
still
have
won't
Cairo.
it still won't spare me because you guys don't have to worry about this until like draft. I know I have to commentate on their names in the game soon.
That is true. That is true. I think they provided the commentary team with a phonetic pronunciation. But still, I think it's going to be very difficult to say it at full speed, so to speak.
I
By
will
the-
get this because it's me and I'm a stubborn guy. I will try and get this. Schwarzwälder.
That was good.
But
That
yeah,
was good.
yes. But yeah, no, Schwarzwälder passing, which means Cairo City can collect their man, Felix Van Neuer. Another Neuer. What the hell? 39 Alaska, 39. No. Alaska. Welcome aboard as well. Goalkeeper with 16 reflexes, 14 command of area, and 13 composure. There's the GM coming over to his new home.
I
It'll
think
be
Cairo
interesting.
committed just absolute robbery in this draft.
I hate this as well.
I
I
I love to see like a new manager set up for success like that, but getting three like absolutely knockout users in a draft is A
Look,
plus.
they got 3 GMs, alright? They got Trips, they got Boom, they got.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see. We've had a few managers try being goalies before, so it'll be cool to see. They have 16 reflexes, which I think's solid, absolutely solid start. 14 command area and 13 composure. But yeah, I mean, definitely need it, and I think will be a great addition for Cairo, especially since they did recently lose last season Almaris, the Heretic, which is probably one of the best goalies in the league, to be honest. I'm not sure if they've ever won an actual award, but they've definitely been nominated and in the running for goalie of the year.
I will check up on that because I'm very interested if they have or not.
But yeah, this goalie has a good concentration and composure, a bit of positioning, some aerial reach. I would like to let Alaska know that you should put your TP in the aerial reach and not jumping reach, since jumping reach doesn't apply to a goalkeeper's ability to reach the ball with their hands. Jumping reach is their ability to reach the ball with their head, I believe. So just want to let that person know because you know, uh, don't want to put TP in any more TPE into your jumping reach.
Yeah, good to note. And yeah, surprisingly, no. Heretic has never won the Goalie of the Year award in either
Yeah,
division.
yeah, no, I kind of expected that. I mean, because I am the head of the award department, so I should know all of them. But I know that they've definitely been nominated and have been like voted for goalkeeper of the year. They've never won. But still, in my opinion, one of the best in the league.
Yeah, very much underrated when you say that now. Very, very, very much underrated. No. Well then, coming over to our next pick, which will be back to Montreal. And well, let's see, Montreal has already gotten themselves Balder. They got themselves an attacking mid, and they got themselves Dango Beckham, a center mid. So, what will be next from the further east?
They also got Christian Mohawk, so they have a lot of picks this upcoming draft.
Yeah, much so, yeah. Gee, yeah, no, that's a lot. Yeah, Mohawk center. Just so I remind myself, so I don't fail. Gumba, well, Boulder Panda, right attacking mid. Dango Beckham also right attacking mid, so they might want to switch up there. And Mohawk is center mid. Yeah, gonna be interesting as all hell. But actually, now I think about it, are they gonna skip? Commissioner, please reveal the answer.
Technical difficulties.
Ga-
I have the name of the pick, but I don't have all the other information. So we're playing the waiting game. But these are the final picks of the draft, actually. Montreal picks.
Last ones. Oh, there we go. Montreal United will select Fernando Maclinkus, Vincent OG, 2007.
Oh,
God.
wow. 20
Extreme!
finishing. 15 jumping reach, 15 heading. This definitely looks like they're going to be a target forward. Just throw the ball at him and he'll just try to whack it in somehow.
Yeet.
Whether with his feet, his head, doesn't matter.
They will need a lot of developing. I will have to be upfront and honest there. If I see 20 and then the 15 as well, I do see it as there will be a lot of work to be done. But if you have that 20 finishing there, you're basically saying, look, I know my project, but what you will reap is untold fortunes when you get me to that stage elsewhere. It'll be
Yeah,
I
I mean,
oh, go on.
I was just gonna say personally, I think if they want to be a presence in the box, they'll want to improve their balance and their strength so that, when they actually jump in the air, they're not getting knocked off. And also You know, you'll want to improve their mentals a bit, but I think a lot of things, a lot of strikers miss is their technique. At 5 technique, you know, you'll have the finishing and the aerial reach and the heading, but they'll struggle with difficult chances because they won't have the techers. They're just not going to be able to do it. You know, I think technique's one of the most underrated skills for a striker in the game.
Interesting note there. And does help to have a few mentals in bravery, composure, 8 as well, and acceleration. And I do like to believe that Makinkus likes to believe that he is the special one, I'd imagine. Well, yeah, but yeah, pretty much a lot to build off on. But once everything else comes up, once they see those physicals, that mental, those technicals, the technique as well, I think we could. I think that give like 3-4 seasons, we'll be shouting his name out quite a lot more.
Yeah, I definitely think they could do well to maybe spend extra season in the academy, but I think they would benefit a lot from it.
100%.
Well,
And
that's
well,
big.
final pick or not final pick, we'll
Question
confirm.
mark?
But we'll confirm later. But the Fleur-de-Lis will pick up Riley Ashby, Ashby 07 striker, who also went high on finishing. 17 finishing with 13 pace and 13 free kick. With 13 free kick as a striker.
Yeah, I mean, someone's got to take it. And I mean, it looks like they have a target forward, and this person's going to be the person that just with the ball in the box with their free kick. So who knows? But yeah, 17 finishing, another, and they have 10 techniques. So I actually would be kind of curious to see who does better in front of net. They also have higher decision, and I believe their composure is slightly better. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. They have a bit more balanced physicals, although their um agility, balance, and jumping reach is a bit low. But yeah, it definitely looks like a different type of striker. So it'll be cool to see if maybe they go for like 2 strikers at the top kind of system.
Very much so. Like this, whilst Makingus would obviously be your, he will be your target man, project target man, but big one that will get the aerials and will just outright blitz shots in. Whilst Ashby looking more like the technical type, just more. How do I put it? Makingus is your Drogba to Ashby's Henri.
That's a bit of an interesting comparison. I think he's a bit too slow to be Henri because Henri was quite fast, but
True. Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how this draft class builds from moving forward.
very much so. Yeah. Um, and Commissioner, is there any more picks coming in?
No, or at least none that we need to announce, because right now these are the only remaining S10 prospects, or rather the S10 eligibility pool has now been depleted. We have a couple of S9 players that are sent back into the pool, and they've already partaken in a draft, so I don't see any reason for us to show those again. But they will be presented in the forum post, where they end up afterwards. They tend to be IA players, inactive players, at this point in time.
Fair, although you never know if they decide to come back. But yeah, no, thank you very much for that as well, Candice. And yeah, I believe that with that we can pretty much run down what we all saw through this draft. Pretty much everyone, Omni, Jess, Candice, what would you say your thoughts are for this draft?
Oh darn! I already did my sum up a minute ago. No, I really liked Cairo's draft, like I said.
Mm-hmm. That all?
Yeah.
No, I have very little voice.
Oh, jeez.
I'm struggling today.
Get them strepsils. Well, yeah. On me.
Yeah, I guess personally for me, I do agree with Jess. Um, regretfully, I think Hollywood also had a really good
Really?
draft. Yeah, because they keep winning, and now they're getting these great players. So it's just like
It's like,
feels like they're gonna just keep winning.
okay.
Ath and I had a really good draft as well. They had a ton of picks.
Yeah.
And I know they need it to rebuild, so it'll be interesting to see. Montreal had a lot of picks as well. And they were kind of like a mid-table Division 2 side. They were kind of close in the race at the beginning, and then fizzled out maybe near the end. But they definitely weren't like struggling. So this could be a chance for them to build.
For sure.
Maybe not potentially this season, but maybe in another season.
And can this?
So
Sorry.
yeah,
Sean.
sorry.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna say, what do you
yeah,
think about that, Candace?
Sorry, I zoned out a bit. What was the question?
What?
How do you
what
feel about your draft?
Oh, yeah. Okay. For context for the people listening, there is no current permanent manager in Athenai, so I have been tasked with stewarding the team bit. So I basically held or took control of the draft on Athenai's behalf. And yes, I feel quite good with the result. I think we got a couple of players that I think could really solidify the new core. Uh, you mentioned somewhere earlier that Athena is going the Hollywood blueprint with all offense, and I could maybe see that to some extent. It's going to be maybe a tough couple of seasons. We are still in Division 1 next season, and we're probably going to play a lot of low TP players, so it might be a bit rough. But with this new core, I think we're on track to get right back up in 3 or 4 seasons. I think I'm very happy.
Love it.
Nice. And well, I don't think anyone cares about my opinion, so no. Okay.
that's not true.
Well, yeah, no,
What's your thoughts on Tokyo's picks?
we only had one pick, but I am interested to see Emo LeBron coming over as well for
Yeah.
center mid. And even though like Tokyo do have a lot of players that can fit in center mid, still having Soderbergh, Isugi, and Goat. Unfortunately, Isugi and Soderbergh are becoming old crickety people.
Yeah.
So
It's alright.
it is what it is. So to have a center mid to come in to fill those boots would be pretty huge. Kaido already doing pretty well on the attacking side, and so having Guthrie come over that's a good draft knowing the area in particular of need for Tokyo.
How could you forget Soderbergh?
I mentioned
She's
her.
pretty forgettable.
I mean,
I
the only
heard you said Goat and Izagi.
I said Soderbergh. Look,
I think you mentioned me,
Oh,
did.
sorry,
but
my bad.
I do assume people are talking about me no matter what. So
Yeah. The only look, who can forget her legendary misses?
it's true. I
I'm
love
sorry.
that is my legacy now, even though that I've like made many penalties like since that mess. That's what I'm gonna be remembered for.
It's
Uh,
really ironic too because like Dogwood Maple has the tied record with you, but no one ever mentions Dogwood Maple and missed penalties.
Well, did he do it twice in one game?
True, I mean,
That is
Did
true.
he do it twice in one game?
That is true. He did not.
yeah, that and yours were higher stakes as well sometimes.
That is also true.
Uh,
Because I'm pretty sure we won a cup that season, even though we missed so much.
Rashford saying that
Uh,
Roma and Reykjavik had the best draft. I can understand.
But then I have to say nice things about Rashford. We can't have that.
Oh,
It's a joke.
God.
I love Rashford. He knows it.
Somewhere, Lobster Killer is smiling.
Alright,
No, it
then.
is funny. For those who do not know, neither of them made any picks this whole draft. So that's what he's saying.
Yeah. I also
For
have to
those
say,
not looking at the board.
I also have to give my respect to Red Star Laos on that as well. Although yeah, also no picks there. But still no, and Buenos Aires too. And Sao Paulo.
What's happening here?
Oh no way. No, Rashford, what are you doing?
What am I doing right now?
He just came in here because he heard us talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys did a great job today. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, thank you very much.
It,
Well,
it
Thanks,
felt like
Rashford.
it felt like you didn't mean to interrupt, though.
It's because we're dragging this out. He's like, these people are never gonna stop talking unless I come in here and like.
But no, Rashford, you stay in. But still, still though, for everyone else who's been watching, well, thank you very much for watching for the season 10 SSL Prospect Draft. It's been a pleasure to host it for you guys, and for everyone who's new for the draft. Well, welcome to starting board, and keep going, keep developing, and keep balling out, guys. Thank you very much. This Project Saint, Omni, Jess, Candice, and a surprise Rashford. Thank you very much.
Rashford.
Thank you very
Good
much.
night,
and
everybody.
yeah, take care.
Goodbye.
Take care, everyone.